What is up? It's your boy Mike Lowy, Lowy Trading Academy. Everybody ate today. It was a pretty hectic day. It was a long work day. It was till about 11 o'clock today. But let me go through this whole day. All right, this day was actually crazy. So I made two mistakes today, right? But very, very tight stop losses, right? So what you can see from here is we'll start with our watch list. All right, so I'm gonna start with NVDA because that's the one that I took two losses on actually. So above 182.5 to 184, right? And this was that 182.5 that I had, 182.6, uh, which this pre-market bounce was nice. Could have taken that to these highs, right? And that's where I was wrong. Okay, so I had this level here as a sweep, right? So really, this trade I wouldn't have taken because I would have put a level here, and that's just not enough profit for me. So now this broke, right? So this candle broke, and then this candle retested. All right. Now what I did, this is where I entered calls, and then check it out. This is where we stopped out, right? So 180, 180, 182.70, right? So a dollar stop loss is what I keep. So this was entry, this was stop out. Not, that's exactly how it should be. As long as you manage your risk, you're good, right? You could profit. So first off, my brother got a Google Play to start off the day. They made 30% on that. Um, I said enter NVIDIA calls here, right? So enter NVIDIA calls. We both got into it, and then boom. I said the second I entered it, I was like, crap. We have a 200 EMA right above us on the 1 hour. So if we break that, we should see a decent move up. If not, we stop out. Well, we stopped out, right? So where my mistake was is that I didn't look at indicators as deeply as I usually do. All right. So we could have seen from here that this is slight divergence, right? But even from opening, no, yeah, I would just say from here. From there's the slight divergence from where we were at, right? And that's what made us know that this is a sweep. Like we just came to this sell zone right here. This was this was a sell zone. All right, and then rejected it. So as soon as we came back below this 182.70 was actually our entry for puts. That's where your entry for puts should have been, because this was a perfect sweep, right? We came up, swept it, and then broke back below, and that was the high of the day. And then this 180, right? So I thought that it happened again down here, except I just like at this point it was just stopped out in NVIDIA for their entering SPY puts as well. Tesla TP. Oh yeah, Valentine was a hectic day. But we'll go back to the watch list for Tesla. So out of NVIDIA, entering SPY puts, Tesla TP. All right, here's NVIDIA 180 to 177.5, entering some here. So when I say like entering some, I'm not like full position sizing anything because I already um, I already took a loss on NVIDIA, so I would rather just wait for a different stock because obviously I don't have a good read on NVIDIA for the day. So as a stop loss is 180. SPY, so I take profits and leave runners, and then out of NVIDIA again, right? So this happened, right? We had this order block happen. Boom, break that up. So I entered this one, I rushed, right? So this one didn't. It wasn't the same thing that happened. I didn't get swept out, but this was a rushed entry. So 179.40 to 180.80. That's more than a dollar. So that's typically already more above the risk that I'd want. Um, and it reclaimed a key level. So this really would have been the entry for that 180 to the downside because we broke below, came back, and then continued, right? So now this is take profit. Um, and that is where I went wrong on the video because it had the candle close and I entered. And then the next 5 minute came right back above. So that's like a huge, you have to wait for your confirmation along with like your confluences. So, I didn't like it. We were also at what, 30, so a little bit oversold, but um, yeah. So that was a little rough patch for NVIDIA. I feel like I'm sure some people did take it, and this is like where it kind of gets hard in the Discord because I did lose twice on NVIDIA, but I always give you a stop loss. So like as long as you stop out when you're supposed to, like stop loss 180. Well, guess what? We reclaimed and hit 180. I stopped out. We broke 182. I stopped out. Like mine was 181.90, but at this candle I stopped out. So like as long as you keep your risk management in check, it's fine. So now we're down a little bit for the day. Let's see what else we got. All right. We go to Tesla. All right. So Tesla will go 445 to 448 or below 440 to 435. So we go to Tesla. 440 to 435. That was a gorgeous trade. Gorgeous trade. I mean, the second Tesla broke, this was entry. Boom. Entry straight to TP. That was gorgeous. That was, I mean, that was textbook, dude. That was textbook. So, Tesla from watch list, NVIDIA from watch list, right? Below 180 to 177.5. What I meant to say is what we should have waited for is the break and the retest to go, right? This is the bigger move that we're waiting for. I bet you there's probably 15 minutes. Yeah, heck yeah, there is. Yeah, right there. Right where my level was. See, that's why we wait for confirmation. And then that's why you don't get FOMO either, because it went almost all the way to TP, retraced to retest, and then straight to TP, right? So that's why you also, patience is a huge part of trading. You'll get that as you keep going. I still, look at me, I still made a mistake today. Like, it happens. It's just risk management is like crucial for that. And then SPY. So on live this morning, I actually said I definitely was looking for SPY the best. That was definitely the top watch. Was SPY. I mean, all these were pretty good watches to the downside, right? So this was below 670 to 668 or 665, right? And there's our full TP. There's that 665. That's awesome. That is awesome. We sold on this wick, so I don't care what it does. Look at that. That went from 664 up to 66 as a $4 wick. Yeah, so I sold right here. And yeah, it might. I mean, very well can continue to drop, right? But that's just greed if you try to keep going. This alone is all you need. So you get that break below 670. We get that retest. That was a gorgeous retest. And then we took it down, right? I know this got some people scared. I was getting a couple texts, but I get it. I feel you. I feel you. First time. A little nervous. It's nerve wracking. Your money's going up and down. You're in profits, you're not in profits. You're in profits, you're not in profits, right? And then as soon as we broke below the 668, I was like, all right, cool. So like this was entry, this was take profit, like, this was trim, this was re-enter, this was take profit. So as soon as we broke below that 668, we actually had that very nice retest right there, and that went well. That's when we got this wick, and I'm cool with that. It went straight to take profit. I mean, that's all you can ask for. So that way, now you're almost at the same spot at 12:30 that you were at 11:30. You would have had to wait here another hour of just monitoring this chop. That's annoying, dude. That gets very annoying. Getting these levels is crucial. Understanding technical analysis is crucial. Knowing your game plan when you come into the day to trade is crucial. Profits, dude, profits went crazy today. I mean, I could show this. It was runners, 1,400, 400%. First day, 183%. She turned $100 to $200, like made $200. That's insane. That's insane. So I try to catch trends. I try to catch the biggest trade, and typically they hit, as you can see from the watch list. Also added to the hood long-term position. We're very bullish divergence here. We're sweeping right here. I think we'll get a good sweep and go. If it keeps falling, I'll keep adding. I mean, this is a great discount for hood. We're at 21%, 22, 21, 20% discount. So I'll take that. Flash sale on hood, flash sale on hood. Other than that, if you guys got questions, comments, concerns, your boy Mike Lowy. That's how we traded today. That's what we do every day. Be patient. Wait for the execution. The money will come. Focus on the charts. Don't look at the P&L until you go to sell. All right, we out.